Here, the WICXTop100 B2B founder campaign is going to be launched as of tomorrow. And I want to know is what are the things you want to know today? So when it comes to this campaign, what do you want to know? So I'll take you all through what to expect, what are the details, but I want to know, what do you want to know? And why are we doing this? I'll answer that question too. You can put it in the chat. You can unmute yourself. You're all my favorite founders. Feel free to have a chat. So don't be afraid. Nobody's judging any one of you.
I guess, how do we amplify the message or, bring it to greater impact?
What else? Is there icon or award we can put it on our LinkedIn? Yes, Andrea, we'll have that too. And also let me know where you're joining in from. Beautiful. How can we support each other? I'll talk about that too. Badge will be great. People from, okay, badge will be like a startup grind. Okay, so this particular idea was conceived last year when each one of you kind of came and talked about what's very important from the go-to-market perspective. Right now, the only one we did, which one was a Build for 2030 campaign with Microsoft, and only the limited set of partners or founders had access to that benefit because that there was a certain criteria that needed to be. So if you go to the next slide, this is what all the founders have been talking to us, like this is what we want from Women in Cloud from a founder perspective. Brand visibility and deeper co-sell partnership with hyperscaler. We want that, and we want to be recognized as a cloud brand in the ecosystem, especially in the B2B ecosystem. Access to buyers, the influencers, and a lot of connections. Access to short and long-term go-to-market engagement. Access to investors who invest in women, a B2B product and market fit coaching from the industry experts, curating prospective B2B customers with innovative cultures that prefer and embrace working with earlier stage tech ventures, and getting early enterprise customers who give solid feedback and work as development partners as we determine our product roadmap is invaluable. So in the current economic condition, after the Silicon Valley Bank collapsing and other banks are collapsing, all the companies are really going behind is a brand visibility. And that is what we had focused on. We worked on recruiting founders. So we did the first round, which is the 50 founders we recruited. And then the next one is we'll do a second phase starting June. But this is all of you raise your hand and say, I want to be part of the go-to-market program with Women in Cloud, is to really drive your brand visibility and also deeper integration with hyperscalers. I will give all of you, as you have raised your hand, I will give each one of you to talk once it's done. Just give me 10, 15 minutes to kind of go through it, and then we'll have a deeper conversation. This particular campaign was really co-conceived with Olivia, who's here. She actually helped really think about a spotlight campaign that really drives spotlight on you, your business, and also a collective community in a strategic way. So she's also here to listen. And Sarah was working on it. Right now, Sarah is no more with Women in Cloud. So we're trying to find the new program manager for the founder ecosystem. So if you know anyone who can be a strong program manager to support the founders, just let me know for that too. Okay, so going to the next slide, this is what the campaign would look like. It has all of you, like the face is the one that we want to showcase, and then followed by solutions and your logo. What we want to show is the diversity of women who are driving SaaS solutions and services with cloud and AI. And this is the first recognition program in the industry of cloud and AI. So you will all will be recognized as the top women B2B technology founders of the year. And the top 100 campaign is to showcase you as the founder in the ecosystem. Now, the question is, why are we doing? What's the reason behind doing this one? Next slide. There were 4 intentions that we did. First, making sure that you're seen as a cloud B2B brand. Most of the, I would say, mid-sized companies and enterprise companies, they wanted to know that the companies that we were recommending are cloud brands, that they understood cloud, they understand how to work with them. So we want to showcase you as that brand, that you're ready, your solution is ready, and you can leverage all the go-to-market to really amplify in your communication, PR, and branding activity. You can say that you're a cloud brand, but when you have a third party or a community driving that, it has a much higher influence. We try to work with Inc., we try to work with Forbes, but they didn't want it to do a very specific cloud B2B brand. So that's why we had to come up with this particular specific campaign to support you. Second, this particular campaign also allows invitation to all the hyperscaler go-to-market plans. So it's really a red carpet access to the hyperscaler programs. Build for 2030 is the one. Google Innovator Program is coming up. Avanade IWT Hackathon, we just finished last week. So all these campaigns, you will be invited. So some of them, you just have to do what they ask you to do. Some of them, they just amplify during a specific campaign they do. But this particular list is the list that the hyperscalers need to really engage with you. Third one is get funded, making sure that you get secure, warm introduction to Master Fund, which is Jillian Music. So she is one of our strategic partner on the funding. It's really a debt-based financing model. So you have that access to her and her network and all the investors there. The Partner Capital Fund, which is really accessible from the Microsoft ecosystem, which collectively we did over $2 million of fundraise through the Women in Cloud, through that particular capital fund. So if you have leveraged it, congratulations. And if you need more, just let us know so we can talk to them for expanding that capital fund for all of you. And the last one is get B2B coaching, get invited for that product and marketing fit by industry leaders from Accenture, Avanade, Insight, and others. We just finished the Accenture. Now we are rolling out the Insight, and Avanade is working with us for the next one. Veeam is also interested, so they want to work with us on that B2B coaching. So that is the intention of this program, not only just to recognize as a cloud brand, but also providing you access to the funding, the coaching, and the invitation. Is this something you like? Is this something it's on point with what you were thinking from an intention of this go-to-market campaign? All good? Okay. Now, here are the key dates of how this campaign will be rolled out. March 16th, there's a press announcement that goes tomorrow. It says Women in Cloud announces the top 100 women tech founders list. The first 50 B2B cloud SaaS and service founders are named. So that is the first one that happens. From March to May, we'll have the rolling founder spotlights. June to July, we'll do the next recruitment campaign for the next 50 B2B founders. And at that time, you actually become the mentors of the other 50. So that also gives you really good connection. We'll do the press announcement on October 26th. And then from October to December, we'll have the rolling founder spotlight. The reason why we did the whole year is so that you get is that recognition throughout the year and people start to pay attention. As Gail always says, it's take 21 visual cues and written cues for people to say, oh, you are a cloud brand, or you are doing what you're doing. So I want to make sure we are using the same techniques and methods to really drive that amplification. So now question is, how do I amplify? How does that work? So basically, first, there are 3 pieces to it. One, leverage. We'll have a promo kit. So you can, and I'll do a demo of what the promo kit looks like. And it has the social media post as well as the emails that you can send it to your current and prospective customers. If it's not good enough, you need to tell me and Olivia so we can create the copy and the content that you can leverage for amplifying. The goal is for you to get in front of your customers and talk about that you are the industry brand companies who have like top of the notch solutions that are available to solve their problem. Second is you can link the press release on your website as well as the social media profiles. And the third one is cross promote, recognize each other founders on your social media. So when you give love to each other, what happens is their community will start to see you. And when you do it for them, it's kind of like a cross promotion you're doing for each other. Is that clear from how to amplify? Very simple. So the next one is what are the assets that are available for this go-to-market campaign? So first is you have a promo kit. There's a go-to-market calendar, which will be available. So you'll know exactly who is going on which date. There are collective graphics, which you saw, which shows like a diversity of it. And also individual spotlights with the person with the quote of the founder. So you can do an inspirational quote, or you can do about your product. Really depends upon what you want to say. And that one was all collected through the application form. So that one will be the spotlight. A press release, there's a landing page that's created just for this particular activity. And then have individual spotlights and your solution in the marketplace. This is a link that we send it to all the Fortune brands and saying, here are all the solutions that are B2B ready, and they've gone through the accelerator, or they're part of our community and they're part of the go-to-market campaign. The go-to-market campaign is an early recognition that you are a B2B brand. And then if you go through the accelerator, you are really ready for investments and hyperscaler partnerships. It's just kind of making sure we are maturing you to become that $1 million companies. So what can you expect from the Women in Cloud ecosystem? First is really provide you the go-to-market platform, the content, the go-to-market asset, the promotions, the metrics, whatever you need, we will have that. Tagging you on the LinkedIn, every post will be tagged. So if it's your individual post, you will be tagged there. If it's a collective, we will tag. The third one is we'll also invite you to do video promotion. If you love having a video, it's like 30 to 60 second press interviews. We have already reached out to GeekWire and other PR organization to really have you do interviews. So if there is a request, I will send a request. Whoever says yes, I will get them connected to the PR team. And also any other go-to-market activities we are doing with the hyperscalers, I will just send you the request. You just have to, say yes, no, I'm not ready, whatever it is, because what we want to do is do the invitation so you can take actions from there. Then what do we expect from you? Like now that so first is leverage and establish yourself as a B2B cloud founder in the ecosystem. Very, very important. We will do our part. You need to do your part. So when you are talking to any company, talk about that you are a B2B cloud brand and you are a very powerful founder. So it's a language you need to work on. Second is be active. What it means is share, like, promote, and amplify, right? So just be very active in this campaign throughout the year because it will allow to get that clout that you need. Create content. This is the one that most of the founders struggle. Even I, as a founder, I struggle. Writing a blog post, a press release, a landing page if you need, for inspiring other B2B founders and even your customers saying that I want to work with you. So be creative in how you create content here and then always attach to this particular campaign so it gets amplified. Take responsibilities, invite other B2B founders to apply for the second round of campaign that allows, to create the generation of founders that, especially the young generation who's coming, they need us to really show how they need to navigate this path. So this kind of allows us to create a very strong pool of B2B founders and we can engage with them. And we are the only organization which focus on cloud founders. You have a lot of startup founders, you have a lot of B2C founders. We are only B2B founders in the cloud ecosystem, and we work within the hyperscaler network and their platforms that we are very active. And then what are the next steps? Let's say now that you have it, I will do all the Q&A. Just wait for just another 2 minutes. Is read your email, because I will be sending that email today, which will have the promo kit and the next steps for you. Build your go-to-market plan. Now that we have given you the content, think about how you want to amplify, work with your marketing person. If you are the marketing one, think about how you want to amplify, promote not only yours, but also others, and then create your own content. And then if you want to do is a video recording of what this campaign means, and there are a couple of questions that are there, just do 30 to 60 video. And what we'll do is create that package content, put it onto the LinkedIn, and then you can amplify. You can use that video to attach it on your website. So those are the pieces that, for the next steps. And then here is few demo pieces. Let me share those assets so you know what you're going to expect. And then we'll go into the Q&A. Sounds good? Okay, so let's see if I can get this one going. Hold on, I don't know what happened. There you go. Teams is not working with me the way it needs to. Hold on. Can you see my calendar? Okay, perfect. So here is the press release that is going to be available starting tomorrow. So this is the press copy. We got a quote from Jillian. So she talked about why this is the best campaign. Here is the promo kit. This has the email as well as your social media copies and the creatives. So you have that. Then you also have is your calendar. So this one will start tomorrow, followed by each one of them when the posting is going to happen throughout the whole month of March, April, May, and sometimes maybe June. So you can expect that. And there is a landing page that we have created where you will have everything. It's already highlighted who you are. You can learn about each of the solution. Here are the benefits of this particular campaign and some FAQs. So that is what is created for all of you, and I will be sharing that information in the next 2 hours today. So with that particular stuff, I want to open up the floor, and I want to know how excited you are, how excited you're not. I want to know all of it. So let's open it up.
Chaitra, I had a question. This is Tejas Trivedi for everybody. I think I'm not on video. I'll go on video. There you go. So nice to meet, everybody. Chaitra, nice to see you again. My question actually was, what do you recommend in terms of posting on LinkedIn? Do you suggest that we post on our company page and then we like the company post as an individual LinkedIn profile? What is the right way to do it?
So I'll give you my point of view, and I will also have Gail actually give her point of view, because she's also a master at promoting, and also probably Cheryl. So they'll all give each one of the, because I don't think there is a specific silver bullet on it. Once we tag you, what you should do is repost on your LinkedIn first, and also repost on the company, and also do an email campaign to your customers saying that, we have been, as recognized as a B2B, we would love to chat with you, whatever that looks like. Use ChatGPT to come up with your copy. It'll be very beautiful content that will come out. So leverage all the tools to really do engagement with them. But what you're doing is recognition of you as a cloud brand. If you do it really well, it's very powerful for your brand. So you need to be recognized as a founder, as a person. And second, you're also recognizing the company and the solution. That would be my recommendation. Gail, do you have any guidance on this one?
Yeah, I'll give you my point of view. I actually was going to make an offer too, Chaitra. Once awards, I'm in the thick of Microsoft Awards now, which ends April 5th. But we have in Daxi, which is the cloud, the product I built under Women in Cloud, we have a module for building your personal brand and taking it out to LinkedIn. And I will deliver that free if we would like to book a session. It's about an hour session, deliver that free and provide the templates and all the stuff that you can use to do that. And we could do that a little later. But my big thing would be your company. So LinkedIn is about people. So your company page will post something lovely about you. You know, we're so excited to recognize that our founder's been recognized and blah, blah, blah. But the main thing you want is you want yourself to post, and you want at least 10 people to comment within the first hour of that post. So within the first hour of that post, you want a conversation to happen. And Gabriella does this really well. She'll send an email a couple of days before to a whole bunch of people and say, I'm going to be posting at this day at this time, and I would really like all of you to comment on it. And then the day of the post, the moment your comment goes live, you would send that link to all those people that you emailed and said, here's the link, and I would really appreciate you commenting on. If you can get 10 people to comment on it within the first hour, it will go much more viral than anything you can do on your own. So that's a really good way to just get the network of other people to comment on and to broaden, to get your reach through that network. So that's a really good tactic to use. So even though the release is coming out tomorrow, you may not want to post yours on tomorrow. If you've got a full network, you want to get ready. I know I won't be ready to do it tomorrow. I'll probably have mine ready to go next week, but that's okay. This is a long-term 6-month program. By the way, Chaitra, amazing work as always, like incredible work that you are doing. This is so awesome. And for those of you who I'm not on camera because I'm running off of Elon Musk's satellite system, because I'm in an RV on the west coast of Vancouver Island where I run my business for 4 months of the year. And I love it. I love it. But that's what building a solution in the cloud lets you do. You can work from anywhere. I will be in Tucson. Whoever that lady is, Julia or somebody, if you live in Tucson, I'll be in, oh, there you are, Julia, I see your picture. I'll be in Tucson for a couple of days, the end of May. So maybe we can hook up for a coffee or something. That would be awesome. And yeah, so that's it. And then all those other things, you know, emailing, letting people know, all of those things are great. And when you do, if you can comment on other people's posts, try to comment on it, not just hit like or great job, but try to do, wow, I love your solution, which is really helping manufacturers streamline, or if you know anything about the solution. That would be my comment.
Cool. Cheryl, anything you have to say?
No, I was laughing because I always put a note called let me LMK10. So let people know, like let 10 people know that I'm posting something. So that's my backhand trick. I email 10 people and say, I'm putting up something, so comment. And so she is spot on. Ditto to what Gail said is let 10 people know. And when you wait the hour, it is a timing piece. And just don't forget not to put a link in your post. That's like a no on LinkedIn, right? It doesn't like for you to promote other sites within your post. So just put it in your comments, not in your post. Otherwise, ditto to exactly what she said.
Got it. And then
Yeah, I forgot that, Cheryl. Yes. Don't put the link in your post. Just comment and then a second comment where the link is. Yeah. Sorry. LinkedIn doesn't want you to send people. Yeah, LinkedIn doesn't want you to send people off their platform.
You know, I didn't catch the part about the link. You're saying not to add a link in my post?
Right. When you put a link like that's in your post, that's like not LinkedIn's, it will demote your post because LinkedIn wants you to promote their platform. Like it's nice because Microsoft and LinkedIn are brothers and sisters, right? We know that, but the algorithm demotes you. So like if you're commenting on an article that's a LinkedIn news article, it favors it because you're uplifting, right, like their platform. But let's just say it's International Women's Day and you're promoting something from Forbes. That's nice, but it's not nice in the algorithm, so it will demote it. So just say see comments. I'm notorious for saying see comments, and I'll put the link in the comments section. But I wait a little while till they get some feed. So that's really the golden rule, to let other people know by email, not on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And then they'll come in and fill up the comments, and then it'll just start to push out. It'll do it automatically.
That's
Is
great.
it,
Sheryl, is it a right
Yes.
time to post on LinkedIn, like a Tuesday or a Friday or?
Yeah, Chaitra will need a class for that one. There is. I'll send out the
So-
link, Chaitra, because it's global, but there are preferred times. But to be fair to this session, I'll send it out. But there
Don't
is.
post anything on Monday because there's a very low traffic. Thursday afternoon, like after 11 o'clock, the LinkedIn is very active. I don't know, there's something about all of us who are spending more time on LinkedIn on Thursday afternoon. And then
It's Friday Eve,
morning.
Chaitra. It's Friday Eve.
And Friday morning from 9 to
Friday
12:30 is where it's good. That's why I'm timing this one for Thursday to go live instead of Monday morning. So there's another thing that which I want to highlight is I usually do is I tag people on LinkedIn. I've also heard that why don't you tag me? Why did you tag them? Because I can only remember so many names. If you see that and you're not tagged on that particular post, ping me through LinkedIn and I will go and tag you right away. There's no discrimination on that one. It's just whatever name comes to my mind and I'm like doing A, B, C, D, and we are
But
tagging.
Chaitra,
your
you have
name comes up-
14,000 members to tag otherwise from
It
Women
is
in
a lot,
Cloud.
right?
Well,
And
you know what?
tagged
I'm gonna
Yeah.
jump in and I'm gonna get Cheryl's opinion on this too, because my social team is telling us that unless you're getting good engagement from those people, don't tag so many people, because LinkedIn considers you a troll. Then they consider you a troll and a bit of a spammer, because so try to limit it to maybe 3 people that you tag and no more, and see and make sure that you're getting engagement back from them that they're acknowledging. So
Yeah.
that's the one thing you don't want to get tagged. Yeah. And I don't know, Sherelle, I've never met you, but you might want to join with me when I do my presentation or late. I don't know. Like you sound
Let's
like you
do
you
it.
really know knowledgeable on LinkedIn. Maybe we join together and do this session for free. And yeah. Anyway, that's
Okay, that would be fun. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm on
We
LinkedIn.
can hook up and connect.
So Gail, Cheryl, you both are signed up for a session. So wait that one. It's coming probably in May because I know Gail needs to get through the April for the Microsoft Awards piece. So May is the next one we'll do where you come in and see what else we can do. Any other questions you all have here?
One more question, Chaitra, I have. You spoke about the spotlight from March to May. What do you need from us in order to, have that spotlight on? Do we kind of craft something about us or our product, technology, anything? No.
I sent a link here on the Airtable. If you click on it, it will show you what are all the posts. What are the first 6 posts that are going live this one starting tomorrow. And if you have not created the copy for me, I will reach out to you and we'll have all the names of the people and the copy will be created. Now, some of you we are all type A people, you look at a copy, it's like, oh, this is not good. I want to change. If you want to change, send it to me right away so we can update it before the production. Once it goes live, I can't change it too much. It's just too much work. I don't have the resources to do it. So this calendar will allow you to really put it on your calendar that you will go live on this particular date. And if any little changes needs to be done, send it to me. So Olivia and we are managing and trying to get there till we get the program manager in place. But what we want to do is showcase that when you do collective action as founders, it's a very powerful campaign, better than a campaign a big brand can do. That was the intention. And also establish ourselves. We are a cloud and AI brand companies. We are here to stay. Please work with us, right? The other thing is, which Natalia said, do we have access to the contact information of the founders? Absolutely, yes, you do. So I will send you their email address, I'll send you their LinkedIn, and you will connect with them. The more you connect with each other, the richer the relationship is going to be. There was also one more question that people have asked, are there any events that I can be part of? Can I come to it? The next one is the WIC Icons Chicago dinner. That's happening on April 27th. So if you're interested, we will announce again there that their founders, and Sonal is already connected with me. So she will be one of the feature speaker for that particular session. So we are working on it. Anybody in the East Coast, come to Chicago. Along with, you get to be part of a Hollywood movie production. So you get to also experience that. So it's a lot of interesting activities we are doing. What we realized is traditional networking is not working. What is working is when you're networking within an experience, you actually have a much richer conversation. That's why we did it in South by Southwest. We are doing in Chicago. We'll do in Atlanta. So we kind of roll, but the founders will be definitely spotlighted through the whole campaign. Is that helpful? Any other questions you all have?
I have
Hi,
a
Jen.
follow-up. I'm sorry. I'll go later. Please go ahead.
Sorry, my camera is somehow not working. I have bad connection, even though I'm at home. But my question was, I saw recently in Europe, there were several women in VCs who highlighted, even on LinkedIn, sent like lists of women with investors that are actually investing. So I don't know if you have the same ongoing in US, right? You know, because they said, for example, they even split by rounds and by interest. So I could go out, there's a list of women that are kind of in my stage round, and I could go out and send them something kind of, and also what I could do also, I could invite them to look at this, at everyone else, like, you know, because that's great to connect, because otherwise I feel like in the investments that I'm still missing a little bit on connection, right? And maybe we could even, I mean, I don't want to add anything, but maybe there's something we could create where women investors join. Like, you know, so I could ask from my side on you, if I do this campaign in Europe, I'm very happy to do it because I am in fundraising. So if I do this, what is the best I could do right now? And what is the best I could do like within a year, maybe like, you know, introducing everyone, or I don't know, like just opening it. So not, because in most of the cases, as you know, they would not be interested in education technology, right?
So Natalia, you read my Olivia and you know, my mind on this one. Yes, the investors. How do you crack that one? I have worked with you know, Rajiv. I've worked with Jillian. I've worked with all the other founder ecosystem, and they're very excited. They want to support all women. They want to invest in them, but they don't invest in women in the way they say, right? Because they want to see 3x to 10x return from the company. You may be a kick-ass founder. If you don't have customers, you don't bring revenue for them, not interested, right? You have to think. So here is what we are brewing, just between all of you. Let me know if it's a good idea. We want to do a very similar campaign, like a top 10 or top 20 investors who we recognize that they care about women founders, and each of you are nominating that founder. So we'll do a spotlight, and then we'll ask the founders to follow an investor journey, like an entrepreneur journey. That means you will buddy you up with them. So that way you're kind of sharing what's the landscape in cloud and AI looks like, because most of the investors, they don't understand cloud and AI. They understand emerging tech, they care about healthcare, but what's the journey of becoming a very strong hyperscaler partnered company? They don't understand. So that may be an area that we can figure out where we are creating that kind of the networking where we match you up to those founders, and then you're connecting with them and they become part of your pod, right? And they have that amazing conversation. Right now, as I said, there's no funding coming from any of the company for Women in Cloud, and we are still working through it. That's why we had to let go of the program manager. We don't have the funding till we all come and say, you know what? Let's create a collective. We pull in the money, we bring in all the pieces we do. But we don't want to really, the Spotlight campaign is an easy one, doesn't require too much heavy lifting. But if we want to do something for the investors, we can do a very similar Spotlight campaign after your campaign is done, where you are telling us what sponsor or what investors we want to highlight. And then we start to get them closer to the founders in your networking. What I have learned from working with investors, once they become friends, the money comes in. Till that time, it's very hard. Sometimes it takes a year, sometimes it takes 2 years, or sometimes it takes 1 week. But if they feel like you're a friend of them, they'll open the wallet for you. So again, I did talk to the Canadian government about investing. They are investing in the tech ecosystem, but right now with the current economic climate, they are not underwriting any sponsorship for the Canadian women founders or even one. What they are interested is to amplify the campaign that we have created for all the Canadian founders in the entire ecosystem. So we meet with them a week and a half ago. They said, just send me the list of all the Canadian founders. We will amplify it with the entire Canada piece. And then they said, if you want more founders to be highlighted, they will just nominate them. Right now, all funding is on freeze for most of the ecosystem till that, the banks stabilize for the next 3 months. Just know that the money is not coming into any of the companies. Even if the investor says yes, the money is not coming for next 3 months. Just be prepared for it. The only place you can get.
Yeah, I mean, we've got our funding ends on March 31st because that's the Canadian government year end, and then we will apply for new funding again. But I don't know if our program, the program I'm in, is impacted. And so that's why I was thinking, but what you also are saying, you need to get some funding from them for you to put the promotion together. And
Yes.
That's where maybe the freeze is, I'm wondering. Is that where the freeze is?
That's where the freeze
Okay,
is.
okay.
But
right.
if they say is, we have all these founders, and can you amplify them if they apply and they qualify as a cloud company, like a solution or a service? Absolutely, because we did get a lot of application, but they were not the cloud solution. They think that they are on this particular tech, but there is a very specific, nuances of what a cloud tech solution looks like. Any other questions here?
I just wanted to finish the question I was asking, and a new one on the Canadian funding. I'll go with the Canadian funding question first. Is it possible for, I think it was Gail or somebody who spoke about the Canadian funding, the government funding,
So
right?
we're in the IRAP program under NRC. So that's where we're getting our funding from, the IRAP program, which is piece by piece. You get, you pitch a small piece and you get it, and then you move and pitch again. And it always follows the calendar year. So yeah.
So I mean, I was
Or
just,
not the calendar, the government calendar year. Are you Canadian?
I am not, but I have a Canadian customer. So I'm thinking if I do open an entity in Canada, can I get access to some of these funds? Can you walk us through, can you have like a session on what we can do as American founders with Canadian customers?
Well, the one thing about IRAP that I've experienced is they only like to fund Canadian wages, like employees of a Canadian company. So that might be a barrier.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's good to know. And we can always plan around it, right? We can plan 6 months or 12 months down the line. Where do we go? That direction becomes more crystallized because now we know that we need to hire in Canada maybe to service the customer.
The other thing is they like to have the intellectual property owned by a Canadian company. In their agreement, they're really they're quite firm on that.
Yeah, the other thing is the shred tax credit. So that's another program in Canada where the company is going to get shred tax credits back from the government, and potentially those tax credits could get moved from the company over to you to help. It just can help pay for your project. So if they don't have enough funds, or if they're short on budget, they're going to get money back from the government by applying for shred tax credits. And so that just requires you speaking to a Canadian accounting firm, whoever your client's accounting firm is, to understand how that would be set up, because there's pretty strict rules around shred, but it's definitely possible. I've seen lots of development companies that get the actual credits. The client applies for them, but then they flow right to you. So that could be quite significant. For example, we didn't even apply for shred tax credits, and when we met with our accountant, we switched to Ernst & Young this year, and they went, "Oh, did you apply for shred in 2020?" And I said, "No." And they said, "Well, let me look." And they said they found $120,000 that got returned to us that we didn't even know about. So yeah.
And first is Gail, thank you for doing that. Second is Tejas and Sonal. If you are looking, I'll get you connected to the Canadian Consulate, my point of contact there. If any one of you want to kind of reach out, have a conversation, I know they are looking into the Vancouver place as well as Toronto and Montreal. Those are the 3 locations that they are looking for more tech companies, women-led. They're very interested to attract them. So if you're interested, I'll get you the contact and we can just make that happen.
Please
Okay.
do. So much.
Perfect.
Last question on the Airtable. I'm sorry, I'm hogging all the questions, but on the Airtable link that you shared with us, there are 12 founders, and I'm assuming you're going to schedule the next 12 and the next 12. So we'll have to keep visiting this link, or will you send out an email to say, this is your turn on this week?
So I will have all the posts done by end of the week. We got the first 6 done. And then all the stuff will be done probably by early Monday. Like that's what I'm thinking. I will send in, I'll say, put it on your calendar because it's going to go live. What I wouldn't be doing is sending a reminder. I don't have resource to do that follow-up. I'm asking each one of you to help me to really manage this piece. If there's something that is not really resonating and you have an adverse reaction to it, I need to know now. Before we go live. After we go live, if something goes, even if you're upset, I can't help you. I'll say, manage your triggers, manage your emotion, go punch a punching bag or punch somebody, but do not punch me. So I will let you know. It's like, I want to do the best, but I know it is 100 people is a lot of people to manage on a campaign, plus all your employees, plus all your investors, plus all your customers. All of them get engaged very quickly. So just know we will be very, very thoughtful in how we bring things to market. Okay. Okay. I know, Natalia, you said you want is a standard email. So yes, but investor would not react to a standard email. I would say is like, I don't know what you want to send to an investor. This is if I would do say, hey, I have a great news to share. I just got featured as a cloud brand with Women in Cloud, who works in partnership with Google, Microsoft, and Salesforce and IBM. And we have been actively engaged in all the go-to-market programs to win the enterprise companies. And if you want to explore more deeper if you want to learn more, or if we can bring the same campaign available to all the women founders in your network, I'm more than happy to talk to you. That's it. You're not pitching anything. You're just creating an invitation. Because they are looking for their women founders to get exposure. And if you say that we are helping establish as a brand, and once they say yes, always schedule a 15-minute call. Do not respond on email. Have a call, talk to them about what you do, and pitch your solution. And then you open up the email for them to get connected to us. Is that good? Okay, cool. Yes, Garnet.
Oh, I was wondering if the Microsoft Capital Partner Fund, if that is still going. When it was going before, There were some challenges because I had to do some structuring with our US company and have an address and everything. So I'm wondering, now I've got it organized. Is it still, do you know if it's still operating?
It is still operating. I am bringing Rhonda back to connect with all of you. So for especially net new funding, you can always ask how to do. And I know Raji is here, so she will give you the blueprint on how to do it. So that will be for net new one. For existing founders, you can still request funding. The bank that was operating that has not been impacted with the Silicon Valley Bank. So we are good there. So I will have her schedule. I'm just trying to get a meeting with the Microsoft folks because last week was the last round of layoffs. So now they're stabilizing it. Once that stabilizes, we want to make sure who are all the people who remains through this. And then we have Rhonda come and talk to all the founders. Is that good? Yeah,
Yep,
the funding is available. Yeah, I don't think it was a pretty big multi-million-dollar fund available. So if you want it, you should start activating with Rhonda. At least I'll give you her email address. Reach out to her. She'll give you some instructions of what you need to do.
Fantastic. Thanks.
So, Kathy, unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm here. Yeah, I was just curious, what about AWS? Like when you were listing cloud, like what's the story with them?
I don't have a partnership with them. They don't have anything to do with Women in Cloud. So they're not the brand who cares about us. So I don't care about them. That's simple.
Have you ever met Phoebe? I just ran into her at South by Southwest at something, and she's managing a fund for them that's around sustainability and women founders. So I just was wondering if you ever met her.
I have not met them. Every time I have met them, they will ask me to do a proposal. They'll take the idea and replicate that by themselves. They do not work with us. So I don't know what else to do to bring AWS, but I know Salesforce, IBM, Google, and Microsoft are very collaborative for women, except for Amazon. They want to operate on their own, and I respect what they want to do. But what I don't want to do is replicate what we are doing just for AWS and start to disrupt all the things that we have done in the ecosystem, and making sure that founders can work on multiple cloud platforms. You should be, because the customer is inclusive of all platform. And if they don't want to play the way we want them to play in the collective action, we let them do what they want. We will do what we want to do.
Sure. No, I was just curious because I was thinking, yeah, I haven't really heard Amazon as part of the conversation. So thank you for that.
Tried 5 years. I've given up on them. So
Wow.
I believe.
Yeah, I've tried 5 years. It's a lot of fun, but we are getting like progress on that because hyperscaler relationships are much harder for community relationships than if you are a brand with a solution operating on that plan. The go-to-market is very simple, but when they think about collective go-to-market, that is definitely a hard piece. And Microsoft does very well. Google is following that path. Salesforce is following that path. IBM is coming in. And there are a couple of other companies who are coming. Even Ali Cloud is coming in on a very simple. They realize that when you work with a community where you have a crowd, not only their program is supported, but also the collective go-to-market becomes much easier, and you can scale it. Whereas on Amazon, the mindset is they are the best and they know what they need to do with the founders. And that makes sense. And if you're working with them, please work with them. Do not change the relationship. But the way they operate is very different than what the other ecosystem operates in.
No, I'm not yet. I was planning Microsoft still, so it just came across the radar. So thanks.
Absolutely. So do we have a calendar for the US events that you intend to participate? Yes, I do have. I can send you that too, especially across what is happening through the Women in Cloud piece and what are the events we are participating that you get to see that. Absolutely. I'll send you that one. It's already baked and loaded right now. Cool. What else do you want to know? Are you all excited? You know, this one was like a dream 3 years ago. We thought about it, but we just couldn't pull it together till Olivia said we can totally do it. I think the founders are ready. And I'm like, this is the right time. Let's pull it.
Yeah, I think that this is just such a brilliant campaign. And I think especially if we really support each other, that was helpful to know about the actually putting the comments in. Then I will make my effort to really support all of you. And I think that we could really help each other. But I just want to say thank you, Chaitra. It is amazing how when you build something like this, first, it's such an honor to be with this group of women. And I know many of you. And so to be included alongside of you is such an honor. And thank you for really giving us a platform to be able to talk about our businesses and to support each other.
Thanks, Andrea. And Olivia, do you
Yes,
have anything to share? Because as you helped create this campaign.
No, I mean, everything that we've already been chatting about, I would just echo, and especially as you were just saying, Andrea, the opportunity to support each other as women founders and as part of this group. And it's really meant to be, you know, acknowledging you, but also creating this, as we do in Women in Cloud, creating this network of support and camaraderie and all of those kinds of good things. So I would just agree that we're, like everything, collective action is the strongest way to do things. And so I think pushing to amplify this together and amplify one another is going to be the most impactful route about it.
And I have one question for all of you. Would you like to have a WICXTop100 badge that you could put it on your LinkedIn? Do you need something like that? Yes.
Great.
Okay.
Yes, I'll get a tattoo.
Yes.
I think that's just so amazing. I will put it everywhere. Right next to my ninja one.
I need one more tattoo here.
Right. We need another.
Yeah. This is with my daughter. The battery, when we hug, we charge each other. I need this women in the top 100. So
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I know. If we had a badge, we could put it into our background, like our virtual background.
Oh, like yeah, that'd be cute. I have to admit, this is
and
really,
this will
really
continue
great.
to manifest, and it will continue to manifest if you have that tattoo.
If you have there, right?
Yes,
This
that's what it
is
does.
helpful to me because I was really, really frustrated. Like, for honesty, because you all know I have a service offering, right? And so not having the success I needed putting it into the marketplace was frustrating me, just in a different place, because I felt like the lone ranger. It's already enough being like an entrepreneur woman by yourself, but then amongst the group, I'm the only one with a service offering. So it was another level of lonely. And Raj, like, to the point of pulling her hair out, was trying to help me to where she cursed me out, like, get the damn thing in there. And I'm like, it's my logo, we're trying. And so now you have it in the marketplace. In full transparency, I had a bad hire and I had to let someone go who was in a 90-day contract, and I lost a lot of money. But having this now, I'm able to just be done, right? Get it there and be done. And the exposure. So Chai, this is a really big, because there's a lot of accelerators out there that aren't accelerating us. So this just speaks volumes. So Olivia, the team as a whole, thank you all very, 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 very much. Because often we are always often underserved. And this is one of the ways we're underserved, by not being amplified. And this amplifies us in a very winter moment in the world, right? But we get to really shine. So thank you very, very much, very much.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. Now, when the access to funding, access to customer contract is shrinking, this is a time to invest in your brand and amplify your brand as a very strong industry brand. And if there is any place where I see that we need to bring you all, just keep that in mind. I have the list. The top 100 means you are the top 100 companies in the ecosystem, means you have a very different identity, and how you operate is very different identity. That one will inspire a lot of other founders to become like you. So that's the intention. So I'm so glad I got to kind of pull all the pieces together, roll it out tomorrow. This is a congratulations to all of you for making it and getting through it. we are here, like we are here. And I know you were all asking when, but during this Women's History Month, we want to recognize you are creating history. This is the first time in the cloud ecosystem we have founders labeled as cloud founders. It's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. So congratulations to all of you, and let's make it happen. And any of the founders who are not here, I want you to reach out to them and say, why did you show up? You need to show up. You need to be here. If you don't show up, the train moves. The train is moving. So
Chaitra, I did ping somebody to join this call. I said, come on, you need to be on the call. But yes, absolutely. Would we get the recording of this one later on? Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I'll send you the recording. I'll send you the email. Just know that it's coming. And I will have all the, the calendar done, all the things organized. Put that as a bookmark. And I'm trying to figure out what other ways I can make it easier. So I'm still thinking maybe I'll just create a digital network with all the founders in one place. So you can chat, you can engage, you can have fun. And then help each other. This is the time to help each other and lift each other up. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I feel like a cloud ninja with this campaign for sure. And thank you all. Have a fantastic week and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you so much. This is really awesome.
Thank you,
Bye.
Chaitra. Thanks. Nice to see everybody.
So.